The goal for us today is to go through a system that we've built over the years that really, gets to the heart of what most of, agents around the US are struggling with, which is how to convert more leads. And really the essentials behind it is how do we deal with leads we've accumulated over the years? Many of us over the years, buy leads or get leads, work with clients. Those clients may or may not be active at this point in time. We have potentially hundreds of those on a CRM or a database. Our goal is to figure out what to do with them on a regular basis, completely automatically, completely at scale, to the point where we have a lot more knowledge within the system as far as, when is each one of them ready to be converted? When should we talk to these folks so we can easily convert them into a paying client? So this is what Liv is about. Part of it will be a presentation. By all means, ask questions along the way. And part of it will be a demo to show you what the system is all about. Hopefully you'd be able to try it at the end of the presentation, register and try it and see how it works for you. As I mentioned, a lot of agents end up buying leads. Unfortunately, what happens with these leads is they just don't convert, okay? You get a name, an email, a phone number. For the most part, you don't know if this lead is ready or not. You pick up the phone, you call this person. At the end of the day, you may have to make 100 phone calls to end up with one paying client. Those leads may be months before they're ready to buy or sell a property. This information about name, information of email, phone number just doesn't give us enough about their intent to buy or sell a lead, to buy or sell a house. And what happens with that is we end up, wasting a lot of money. We end up having to make a lot of phone calls. And at the end, minimal conversion rates and a lot of wasted effort. So we're trying to avoid all of that. We're trying to come to bring a solution to the market that doesn't require you to buy any more leads and just mine the entire list of leads, the CRM the leads you accumulated on your CRM over the past few years. Again, this is part of the problem. You end up chasing leads. You end up creating Facebook campaigns for new leads. You end up doing a lot of marketing automation, a lot of nurturing, a lot of things that you end up doing on your own, putting your real estate business on hold for a minute and becoming an email marketing guru, a Facebook advertising guru. We want to avoid doing all of that and have you focus as an agent on the important things, which are being a real estate agent and not being a marketing automation specialist. We also want to do that without having to pay anything upfront for those leads that convert, right? So again, without having to buy more leads, having to do all this marketing, having to pay for advertising, having to pay for Facebook leads, having to pay for marketing automation software. We want to avoid all of that and start mining what you have created over the years, which is a list of leads that you don't know what their intent is at this point in time, but potentially, if you knew what their intent was, you'd be able to convert them at the right optimal time. So how do we do that? We've built a system, you'll see it in just a few minutes, that takes your leads, whatever lead you have, whether it's 50, 100, 200, 500, it really doesn't matter, up to 2,000 euro leads, they come to the platform. You bring us your leads onto the platform. We've built an AI-based platform that takes these leads and tracks their behavior on our platform using marketing automation, completely scalable, completely automatic, nothing for you to do. We're able to bring people to the platform. We're even able to track them without registering on the platform. When they come and play with our platform, we track their behavior, what they look at, what they search for, what they save, what they share, what they read, what they view, what they create alerts for, how much time they spend on different things, what they love, what they dislike. And our AI engine and the models behind it are able to continuously track this user, continue to track this lead, and learn more and more about this lead and their behavior over time, to the point where through their behavior, we're able to understand what their intent is to buy or sell a home completely automatically, nothing for you to do. The system tracks their behavior, the system scores their behavior on a regular basis and sort of plots a course for their intent, whether it's going up or going down over time, to the point where we can identify the optimal time for you to talk to that specific lead because they're looking to buy or sell a home. But it doesn't end there. it provides you with a lot more information about this lead, to the point where you know what to talk to them about, when to talk to them, and how to easily convert them to a paying client. Okay. Now, what does the system do in a high level overview? We capture your leads, we bring them to our platform. It's a simple Excel file, a simple data dump from your CRM, nothing fancy about this. We do behavioral profiling for that specific lead. Some of it is based on their behavior on the platform. Some of it has to do with what information we have about this lead. It's a combination of how we look at what they do and how they do things on the platform. We profile what they're doing. We profile their specific needs. We understand more and more how to create for them a much more involved, personalized recommendation feed. As we do all of that, they leave us some breadcrumbs that we are using to create further engagement, further nurturing, provide more and more recommendations. You'll see it in just a minute. All this boils down to an intent score that allows us to understand when to tell you in a notification when's the right time to end up talking to that specific lead. Okay. Under the hood is a whole range of technologies, from computer vision to a very sophisticated search, we'll see it in just a minute, to a matching system that allows us to tell this specific lead what makes sense for them in terms of property. We collect data that's completely proprietary to us in terms of market, searches that end up becoming what's more likely to be in demand, less likely to be in demand, what's likely to go up in price, what's likely to go down in price. You'll see it in just a minute. We create analytics, and we can predict certain things based on the data we create. We're able to help users make better decisions to keep more money in their pocket. These are buyers and sellers who come to the platform to really understand how to, get decisions on their real estate journey done in a better way. And then we do automatic nurturing across all these leads, to the point where we're able to track and figure out when is the best time to convert these leads. Let me show you the system so you understand more about why this is, at least in our mind, very, very relevant for agents. So I want to start with the agent page. Okay. So when you bring a lead onto the platform, this leads get nurtured. I mentioned before, we don't have to have any one of these leads registered to the platform. I know many people are apprehensive about registering to a platform. We've built technology that allows us to track a lead, name, email, phone number, coming from your database, to the point where we don't have to have them register. As long as they open the email, we can start tracking their intent. We are already building technology called interactive emails that allows us to bring in a lot of rich content. Think about things like clickable maps, think about tables, think about things you can search from within the email itself. We're trying to bring the platform to the email. Once you are on an email, you open it up, you start playing with an email, you start clicking things, looking at things, scrolling at things, viewing things. We're trying to collect these breadcrumbs, these intent, your intent to do things in terms of transaction, buy or sell, and we're able to then bring it to an intent score level so we can figure out if you're closer or further away from buying or selling property. We take all this information, we start putting this onto an agent dashboard. We're looking now at a lead called Sarah Jones. Sarah Jones is a lead on a platform from an agent. She's actively being nurtured. We know if she's a buyer or seller, depending on the things she does on the platform. We're able to verify some of her information. Do we send her email? Does she respond? Do we send her a text message? Does she respond? Do we send her a Facebook message? Does she respond? We verify this information so you know what are the best methods to communicate with Sarah Jones. We track her intent score. We track it over time. We track activity level. We track it over time. We provide some highlights on this specific lead. This is a mock-up page. Okay, it's not a live page, it's a mock-up page. We provide some information. So is this lead more active or less active than people in that specific zip code? Are they more likely or less likely to do a transaction? Are they more active in a specific place? Are they looking for specific types of things? Are they more active at certain times of the day? So you know what's the best time to contact them. Are they most active on a specific platform? Is it email? Is it phone? what's the best communication method to communicate when to communicate with them, and what to communicate with them about. How do we understand what to communicate with them about? We track their real estate profile. It's no longer just how many bedroom, bathroom, zip code, and budget they're looking at. We've built, I mentioned computer vision, we've built a set of computer vision models, and we're able to look at a home just like a human would. And you'll see it in just a few minutes as we track, just like a human would, the preferences of a buyer in a home. We're able to understand if people are searching for things like spaciousness and curb appeal and high ceilings and quietness or premium kitchens or designer details. We're allowing people to search based on those specific preferences. And we're allowing people also to, again, understand what's relevant for them that matches those specific preferences. So in the bottom of this agent dashboard will be properties that are relevant for each one of these people based on their preferences. So if they're searching for designer details, we'll provide you with properties that have designer details in them. If they're looking for curb appeal or if they're looking for premium kitchens, we'll provide those to you. So when you do talk to this specific lead, when we tell you this is the right optimal time, you'll know when to talk to them during the day. You'll know how to talk to them in what method. You'll know what their preferences are, and you'll know what properties match their specific needs. Again, the whole goal behind this platform from an agent perspective is to increase conversions. Now remember, this is not you actively going out and buying leads. This is mining your old leads. Whatever you have in your CRM, 100, 200, 500, it doesn't matter. Statistically, if you pick a group of 100 people in a year, 10 of them will be buyers or sellers anywhere in the US. So statistically, if you just called your 300 or 400 leads every day, you might look a bit like a fool because you're calling them every day to ask them if they're looking to buy or sell. But if you did that, you'd be able to understand every day who out of the 300 or 400 is ready today. What we're saying is don't make a fool out of yourself. Don't call them every day. The system will do this completely automatically for you without having to do anything. It'll reach out to those people. It'll understand whether they're interested or not. And if they are, bring them to the platform. You'll see it in just a minute. The platform will continuously let them get answers to questions they couldn't answer before, completely high-end content and lots of value, completely free, no advertising. And as they do that, they will continuously, through their behavior, indicate to us if they're ready to buy, ready to sell, or if they're not ready. And if they're not ready, we'll just keep on nurturing until they're ready. And so we're saying you have amassed and accumulated all these leads. Don't let this go by the wayside, okay? You can create deals for yourself from these leads all day long. The system will send you notification automatically when your next client is on your, in one of your leads, right? We'll tell you, look, here is the next person you should talk to, their optimal level in terms of calling. Now, again, don't forget, you don't have to call them at the optimal level. You could decide as an agent, you want to talk to them 2 months or 3 months before they're ready to transact, and that's fine too. We're letting you decide what it is. And we were letting you also decide sort of what notification you'd like to get from us on the system. We don't necessarily look for you to get to the platform and continuously look at what's happening with each one of your leads. You can certainly do that, right? So you'll be able to absolutely go in and take a look at each one of your leads or just get notifications, then jump into this screen per lead and get all this information. Now, I want to show you what a buyer or a seller sees in the platform, okay? So I mentioned to you that buyers and sellers are able to use computer vision to search for things, right? So most platforms have a typical search, which includes typical type of home, price, size, bedroom, bathroom, maybe things like parking, bargain price, price reduced, and maybe some other things, type of view, type of lot, some of those things, okay? We've added a whole layer using computer vision, right? When we go into a home, we look at the entire set of images coming from the MLS. This is connected to Houston MLS, and it's live with all the properties currently on the MLS, and we're able to understand like a human, does it have curb appeal? Is it spacious? Does it have designer details? Is it, close to great nightlife? Open floor plan, high ceilings, nice view, and many more. We sort of condensed all the models we've created to a set that we believe are the most important ones, and we let people search for these things, right? So we don't want premium kitchen, we don't want curb appeal, but we'd like designer details, okay? and we'd like an open floor plan, right? So in real time, the system sorts out all these things. The system allows you to really hone in, or your clients to hone in on the specific things they care about. So instead of searching for 400 properties and 53,000 images, you could just have your clients focus immediately on the things they care about. In fact, when you point them to this platform, they could search on their own and make your life easier. Okay, no longer do you have to set up MLS searches for them. System can do that, right here. So as you come into a property, or a buyer seller looks into a property, right? System gives them all the images, of course, and ranks, scores all the characteristics they care about in that specific property. Of course, you get the simple overview, you get the map of where a property is, and then there's a property analysis. We want to create analysis for the property in one single space. And as you can see, we here, unlike other platforms, you don't have to jump between things. I could just very quickly switch to a Zillow. Nobody likes that, but I'll switch to a Zillow. Zillow tries to push more and more Zillow on properties. Everything you have to click, everything is a click. We want to avoid that. We want to go back to a method where literally it's all right here, right? So what's the property price? What's the estimated value? Eventually think about the fact that through computer vision, we're able to understand, no longer are we comparing properties based on, comparables of square footage, price per square foot, bedrooms, bathrooms, and price it was sold. We're now comparing it not only based on that, but also based on the images inside a property. And we can figure out, based on the images, if it's going to have more demand or less demand. A specific property in Houston, a specific zip code, might have more demand because more people are searching for that specific type of, characteristics in a home. That will give us more information as far as, will the price likely to go up? Will there be more demand in terms of more buyers for this specific property? Right. So we're able to use that to further, understand more about the pricing for a specific home. Is it likely to go up or go down? Of course, we give you the basic things here, like schools, in different types of schools. Of course, every school is clickable, and you could see the score and how to connect with that specific school. More about the neighborhood, age, education, income level, of course, your typical points of interest. And again, here you can add things, whether it's pharmacies and medical facilities, whether it's restaurants, buildings, green parks, and whatever it is that you're looking for. Mortgage calculator, again, these are the basic things. Eventually the system will, and we're adding more and more features to the system, eventually the system will have more predictive analytics, more robust in terms of financial information, again, to provide more value to the user. User doesn't pay anything, right? The user is able to as well look at our insights. Insights is sort of this magazine style type content platform inside Liv. It allows people to read and further understand more about the buying process, the selling process, the investing process. As they come in here, this is an example of a seller screen. As they come here, it's divided into subcategories: making up your mind, finding a listing agent, pricing your home. Every one of these categories allows the seller to learn more about the specific things they need to do in that specific stage. Same thing for a buyer, okay? Different categories for a buyer: deciding to buy, proving my credit, financing my purchase. We're looking to provide an end-to-end solution for buyers and sellers. Why? Because we believe that when we do that, they'll come into the platform, they'll play, they'll read, they'll share, they'll create alerts, they'll save, they'll like, they'll create comments. And through that, again, all these breadcrumbs that end up with an agent screen that provides you all this information, right? So that's the goal. If they do end up registering on our platform, and some may and some may not, they may end up on a what we call a feed page. And again, this is a mock-up. This page is under testing. It'll be ready in a few weeks. But this mock-up allows you to understand what they're going to get when they end up becoming a registered user. Our goal is to provide, like I said, personalized recommendations. We plot the course of a transaction, a buying or a selling transaction, on a sort of pathway, a journey for a lead. The system will ultimately recognize where they are along the journey. It'll create for them specific, the feed page will change as they move around between the various stages in the journey. It'll give them the best articles to read about that specific stage. They'll be able to track specific properties. And again, try to think about this from a seller perspective, or even a buyer perspective. I want to look at specific properties. I want to get alerts for when it's going to appreciate or when it's going to rise in price or when there's more demand or less demand for specific properties. It'll tell you in your specific neighborhood or the neighborhood you care about, what are the specific searches people are looking for, so you're able to understand what are people doing in that specific neighborhood. It'll give you statistics about specific places in the market, prices going up, going down, properties for sale, what the trends are looking like. It'll recognize specific features in specific properties, give you indications of properties that meet your specific needs, focus on a specific property that might be a better match for you, give you more and more data, and again, more articles for you. The goal here behind this platform is personalized recommendations all the time for the buyer and seller. Again, with the goal of tracking what they're doing on the platform, tracking their intent, bring it back into the agent, so the agent knows, you know, when is the right time to talk to them and what to talk to them about. Okay, so this is a little bit into the platform. I want to show you one more thing, and that is, that is this. Once a week, as we send, so we sort of look at the leads you bring to the platform as leads that are hot, interested right now. Those get sort of sent premium content and relevant content on an ongoing basis multiple times a week. And there's the 95% who don't want to do anything right now, but they're generally, interested in the real estate because they own a home or they might think about moving, but not right now. Those get premium content a couple of times a month and not a couple of times a week. Why? Those who are interested right now, we want to bring them to the platform so they can enjoy the benefits of the platform. Those who are not, we want to keep them on a slow simmer so they end up continuously getting emails from you with your picture, your brokerage name, your email, your phone number, everything they need to do to get in touch with you. And this is all premium content, right? So things about mortgages, things about credit repair, things about renovating your home, things about preferences, things about the market, whether it's a seller market or a buyer's market, how to make better decisions. The goal is to create premium content that comes from you, the agent, to them, always associated with your picture and your details. So every time they open this email, there'll be something relevant for them that they could do something with that's actionable and interesting to them. Eventually, when they do come to the platform, because everything will point to the platform, we'll start recognizing that they shifted gears from I'm a bystander on the side to I'm interested in doing something. And now we'll start tracking their intent in much higher ratio, because now they're coming to the platform more regularly, doing things on the platform, or reading our emails more regularly. We start sending them more and more information that's relevant for a real buyer or a seller. Every week we send you a report like this that shows you what we've done for your leads, how many leads you've uploaded, how many you'll upload this week, how many we nurture. Some of them are duplicates, some are not relevant, some may not, information is wrong, whatever the case might be. If we send them emails, if we send them text messages, how many of those we send, how many of those open or respond to them, how many of those your leads are sellers, how many are buyers. So you can decide if you want to talk mostly to sellers, mostly the buyers, how many are undefined, they haven't decided yet. If there's a most searched zip code or multiple zip codes, we'll tell you what that is. We'll tell you how many are low intent, high intent, medium intent. We'll give you, again, activity during the day so you know when your leads are active on our platform. When is the best time to talk to them? They're obviously not doing something for work. They're doing something else. How many want to talk to you? Again, our goal is for you to have hands-free, hands-off. You don't have to do anything. You just need to understand that your leads are completely nurtured all day long, all the time, on a weekly basis. So they're always, you as the agent are always top of mind. You as the agent sends them premium content that's interactive, content they can click. Think about a US map with all 50 states where you can click it and see what's the interest rate right now in the market for buying a home on a 30-year fixed. Hey, I click it. I want to see what it is in my state and the state next by. Okay. Think about a content that tells them based on their credit score, what the interest rate, how it changes. So if their credit score is high or low, they could figure out what the interest rate will be. Hey, I'd move the sliders to see how things change based on my credit score, right? So this is the kind of content we're sending them We're no longer sending them things like, how to check your baseboards before winter. How to do a nice, casserole before Thanksgiving. That's not relevant. That's not what they want to hear. They want to hear about their property, about appreciation, about mortgage rates, about whether the right time to buy or sell is now, and what's the market looking like over the next few months. That's what they want. That's what we're going to give them. Totally premium content sent to them directly because we have their email, their phone number, or their name. That's basically it in terms of the platform. I will open up for questions if somebody has any. The platform is free for 30 days. Come in, test it out, bring some leads. You don't have to bring all your leads, bring as many as you want. Test it out for 30 days, see how it works, okay? After 30 days, very simple, $100 a month. Locked in for a whole year, it doesn't change. There is a 10% referral fee if any one of these leads converts into a deal. But that's basically it. Up to 2,000 leads can be nurtured on the platform per agent and no extra cost. Questions?
We've got a question here. It says, what agreements do I have to sign?
A simple one-page agreement between Liv and the agent basically states you bring your leads for free. We nurture your leads for you at a flat rate of $99 a month plus tax for a whole year, 10% referral fee if a lead converts. You as an agent, you also are providing us leads that are not spam. It's not bought through a list. These are leads that are, you might have bought them, which is fine, but you're actively telling us, look, these are not spam. I didn't just get a list of out of nowhere of 75,000 names. I'm giving it to you. We want to make sure these leads are valid. The emails are valid. The phone numbers are valid. So you validated them or somebody validated them. The goal is not to be a spammer, okay? That creates a major issue for us as a platform and for you as the agent, right? So the major issue here is bring us leads that are valid. We will do all the work for you. In terms of nurturing, it's a very simple one-page agreement. It is not lengthy. There is one place for your broker to sign because at the end of the day, if those leads convert, obviously at the time of closing, there's a referral fee. So there is a little place for the broker to sign, but the agreement is very, very simple. And of course, you'll be able to look at it before you decide to jump on the platform, right? So very simple.
I've got another question for you. If I decide to leave, do you keep my leads?
Excellent question. We do not keep your leads. These are your leads. We do not sell them. We do not keep them. We do not nurture them. So there's two scenarios here. You bring us leads. It doesn't matter how many leads, they're yours, okay? As long as, because sometimes these leads register on multiple platforms, sometimes multiple agents have the same names. As long as you're the only agent who has those leads, once you leave the platform, there's never any long-term contract. You can leave at any point in time. You pay per month, you can leave next month if you want to. There's no issue. If you're the owner of those leads and nobody else has put those leads into the platform, we stop nurturing them. We don't touch them. For all practical purposes, we don't erase the data, but we don't touch it, okay? If somebody else further down the line, a month, 2 months, 3 months after, send us the same lead, upload the same lead, we start nurturing them, okay? But as long as you're exclusive on this lead, you can leave at any time and we won't touch those leads whatsoever, okay? We won't sell them, we won't do anything with them. They're completely yours.
Got it. Got another question here. How do I access your platform?
As an agent, you can access we'll give you the link to register to the platform. It's a very simple sign-up page. You register on the platform, you swipe your card. It's very simple to come in. We look at your real estate license, your state ID. We make sure you're a real agent. So as an agent, it's very simple. You upload your leads. We start nurturing your leads. And again, we tell you that it's going to take a few weeks until we warm up your leads. Nothing's going to happen on in the first 2-3 days. It's going to take a few weeks for things to get moving. That's just what happens with any lead nurturing platform. As a user, you just go to Liv.ai and play with the platform. So if your clients want to come to the platform, Liv.ai is all they have to do. Go there and start doing everything they want to. It's completely free. As an agent, you got to register.
Got it. Got another question that just came up. How do I send you my leads?
So we are building an integration where we can ultimately let you upload the leads. For now, it's not ready yet. For now, a simple data dump from your CRM on an Excel spreadsheet with name, email, phone number is fine. Or you could just give us a list of name, email, phone number. If you don't have a CRM, that's fine too. Really, that's only the three things we need: name, email, phone number. If you have more information about this lead because you interacted with them before, great, send that too. Anything you have on that lead will help us build a better profile for this lead, but all we need to get started is name, email, phone number. If you can reduce the duplicates, very duplicates, great. If not, we can do it ourselves. We have a very firm, robust process for eliminating duplicates, making sure that we verify all the information before we end up nurturing any one of your leads. And when you do give us your list, let's say there's 100 names on it, it might end up that we tell you we're only nurturing 60 because 40 were duplicates or wrong information. Email is not going to go into the right inbox or whatever the case might be. They might have changed emails. They might have given you the wrong email or the wrong phone number. So we have a very strict process to eliminate some of those. And we end up telling you out of the 100 you gave us, how many are nurturable, okay? But we need just a very simple Excel spreadsheet with name, email, phone number.
Got it. I've got a couple more questions here. Are there any privacy concerns with sharing my data with you, or are you engaging with my leads or past clients?
So are there any privacy concerns when you share your data? So, I mean, it's up to you to decide. Okay, I mean, we are only nurturing leads for you. We're acting as an extension of your nurturing mechanisms. You might be nurturing people, might do anything with them, okay? As long as we're sending emails on behalf of the agent, what we call a relationship email, there is no violation of any state or federal law to send emails. So we're violating any federal state law in terms of emails. If you have people who have said, look, I'm opting in to get a phone message, a text message, then we can also send them text messages. We will eventually try to convince people to opt in to get text messages. We won't send any text messages until there's an opt-in, because that does require that opt-in. And if you don't get that, then you are violating some federal laws. But in terms of sending emails, there's no issue whatsoever. Don't forget, we're not asking people to give us any private information. Name, phone number, email. That's all you're getting. So if you bought this lead, it was a past client, they already gave it to you. If they gave it to you, we didn't ask for anything in terms of privacy. We're not, anything we collect about this lead are behaviors on our platform. It's no different than Apple collecting things on you when you play with your phone and you run some apps. No different, okay? This is our platform. When users come in, before they can use the platform, they have to accept terms and conditions. Terms and conditions tell them we're tracking their behavior on the platform. They allow us to track their behavior on the platform. They're allowing us to send them on to a third party if we need to. Not saying we do, okay? And not in all cases do we do send them to a third party, but they're allowing us to do that by terms and conditions. So from a privacy perspective, we're not violating anything for you, and they're giving us all the permissions we need before they can play with the platform. Okay, so that's that. Does that answer the question, or?
Yeah, that was great. Thank you so much. I do have another question that just came in. Why should I be using Liv in the first place? Maybe reiterate how the system works, how the agents engage with this platform.
Okay, so it's a great question. So what we found is that agents amass hundreds of leads they've bought over the years, and they really don't do anything with these leads. Okay, over time, these leads are aged. Some may come back to the agent and work again and buy or sell a property. For the most part, they really don't. And when you have hundreds upon hundreds of those, you end up not doing anything with these leads. And that's a gold mine that if you completely, automatically, scalably nurtured on an ongoing basis without touching them, some will convert on a regular basis every single year, maybe up to 10%. All we're saying is those leads are a gold mine that is not being touched by most agents on a regular basis. Our platform is meant to do exactly that. We don't want you to give us your hot leads. Keep them. Give us your cold leads. Give us the ones you haven't touched. Give us the one you haven't spoke to. Give us the ones that you've gotten to and they didn't want to do anything right now, or 3 months ago, or 6 months ago. The hot leads, keep to yourself. We don't need them. In fact, when a lead closes a deal with you, the agent, now They're cold. They may not do anything for the next 10 years. Bring them on board. Let us continuously nurture them, cradle to grave. We'll capture them every time. We'll tell you every time they're looking to buy or sell, whether it's today, in 5 years, in 10 years, in 20 years. Every time they're looking to buy or sell, you'll get a notification. They're high intent. The goal is to mine your list you haven't done much with over the years of what I call aged leads you haven't touched. That's the reason to use Liv. It's an extension of your nurturing, but not facing forward, facing backwards with the leads that most of us, we really don't touch.
Got it. That's great. I do have just one more question. Looks like somebody's asking. So they love the presentation and they want to get started. What's the, is there a link to get signed up? Tell the agents how they can get signed up.
Yes. So we will send all the participants a sign up page. In the sign up page, you enter your details. It's very simple. It takes you to the platform itself. In the platform, you add a few more details. There is a simple, credit card payment that's deferred. It's not now, I said 30 days completely for free. It's deferred. We're not gonna, you can cancel it before if you want to. There's no charge whatsoever. There'll be a verification of some documents to upload, your driver license or some other form of government ID, a license number. We want to verify some of that information to make sure that we're dealing with an agent and not a bot that just puts information in. The next step beyond that is to just upload your leads. You'll get an email asking you to give us your leads. And then you're on the platform. On the platform, you'll see a dashboard. I'll show you what a dashboard looks like. A dashboard looks like this, okay? So when, again, this is I'm not an active user on the platform, but this is a dashboard. Number of leads you uploaded, how many you're nurturing, okay? High intent, low intent, medium intent, all of those things. And next to this, you'll see your leads, and you'll be able to click on the lead, and from there be able to this is not active, but from here you'll be able to go out and see the dashboard. I mentioned to you, each one of these leads will get you to this page, right? So every lead you click here of your list will be able to get you back to the agent page. The registration is very simple. It takes a couple of minutes at the most, okay? And this is it. And then uploading your leads, and you're off to a good start.
Well, we had some really great questions, great information, by the way. Thank you so much for sharing this amazing tool. Because I can tell you, as a realtor myself, I've had years and years of leads that I just don't want to get rid of, but they're just not in a hurry to buy or sell right now. And sometimes they slip through the cracks. It sounds like it's a completely flawless way, seamless way to follow up on those leads that maybe aren't looking to buy, sell, or invest in the next 30, 60, 90 days. So what an amazing platform. Thank you so much, Gil, for your presentation. And we'll go ahead and send out a copy of this to the agents that are tuning in. And is there any other closing comments you'd like to say before we say goodbye today?
Yeah, so on the landing page where you'll be able to register, there's an FAQ, okay? Any questions you want to have that we haven't answered, it's probably there. If you have some questions, read the questions, read the answers, see what it's all about. There's a contact button as well. If you want to contact us, we'll be able to chat and figure out how to help you in the registration process. It's fairly simple. It's very robust. There's nothing like this in the market. And we believe it's a game changer for agents who want to nurture automatically at scale all the leads they've amassed over the years that they haven't touched at a very low rate.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for your time today.
Thanks for having me.
Great information, and thank you so much.
Wonderful.